That fantasy baseball championship is just around the corner, isn't it? Just a month left to go in the regular season. You can taste it. That's why you need the Fantasy Baseball Stock Watch here for MLB week number 23, because we're just a couple of days away from September call-ups joining the ranks. The rosters are going to expand. And so what I want to do with this particular stock watch is to kind of focus a little bit more on the veterans. You know, the rookies who are coming up. Check in with Matt Sells' prospect report over at fantasyalarm.com. That's always going to be a big help for those kids. But let's talk about some of the elder statesmen and get busy with some of the stock watch risers and fallers to help you along over the next couple of weeks. We'll start off with our fantasy baseball stock watch risers. And while, yes, I do say veterans, we are going to lead off with a second-year player. And I'm talking about Houston Astros catcher Yainer Diaz. Wow. What a second half this guy's having. Currently riding a 10-game hit streak. He's slashing 349, 364, 628 with 4 home runs, 5 RBI, and 7 runs scored during that span. Listen, power behind the plate, you get that. You can get that with a couple of different guys, but that it comes with batting average certainly helps out. So if for some reason Yainer Diaz is sitting there, if you're in a shallow league, you might want to give that guy a look. Let's move into the outfield here. Another fantasy baseball stock watch riser. That's Masataka Yoshida. This guy's batting .410 with 2 home runs, 7 RBI, 7 runs scored, and 1 stolen base over his last 12 games. He's drawing more walks than he's striking out, which has helped lead to a .489 OBP in that span. He's got one of the strongest second halves this side of Aaron Judge and Juan Soto. So if you're needing that batting average help, some runs scored as well, Masataka Yoshida is definitely somebody to pay attention to. And then finally, one of the most forgotten players because of such a horrendous first half is Eugenio Suarez, third baseman for the Arizona Diamondbacks, one of the hottest hitting teams as is. Eugenio Suarez, though, a major second half surge that's continued straight through here in August. He's got 8 hits, including 2 home runs and 10 RBI just over his last 3 games. 13 at-bats, 8 for 13. He's batting .326 with 3 home runs, 15 RBI over just his last 11 games. And you got to keep that momentum rolling there. So if power is your need and RBI is what you crave, Eugenio Suarez is definitely a guy to go after. Those are your risers. How about some fantasy baseball stock watch fallers? Because these are guys who, especially with September call-ups, you're probably going to have to err on the side of caution and yank them out of your lineup. I'm not saying drop all of them in order to get some of these hot September rookies, but some of them definitely don't deserve to be on your roster. And it starts with first baseman Paul Goldschmidt for the St. Louis Cardinals. What a horrible season for the 36-year-old. He seems done. There's no good way to say it. He seems done. He woke up for a little bit in July, but he's hitting 186 here in the month of August, and you just can't be trucking him out there anymore. There's just way too many other power options to help you out with. Next, stock watch faller, Stephen Kwan, outfielder for the Cleveland Guardians. Here's a guy who is helping you with batting average, OBP, runs scored, you name it. Now he's been batting .114 with a .204 on-base percentage over his last 11 games. He's batting just .195 for the month of August. He does have 5 stolen bases, so if that's what you need, if you need that stolen base category, then you hold on to him. But until Stephen Kwan starts raising that batting average and scoring some runs, you might want to pull back if you are good on steals. And then finally, last one, man, this has been a disappointing season as well for Randy Arozarena, outfielder for the Seattle Mariners. I mean, he started off fine with that trade to Seattle, but it's been downhill ever since like his first 2 weeks playing for the Mariners. He's batting .103 with no power at all in his last 11 games. He did steal 4 bases in that span, but is that what you got Randy Arozarena for? Probably not. So there you have it, your fantasy baseball stock watch risers and fallers. As always, check out all the content we've got over at fantasyalarm.com. Finish that season strong. We've got plenty of stuff rolling out here to help you secure that championship. And as always, Chime in on that Discord. Matt Sells, Colby Conway, myself, John Impemba, Dan Malin, we're all there ready to help you guys out. So good luck in your quest. Bring home that title.